Dean Koontz is one of the best-selling authors of all time. He just released St. Odd. It is the final book in one of his most popular series. Koontz welcomed Ben Tracy to his Southern California estate for a revealing conversation.
I'm just the guy who lives down the street, and I do books instead of sell cars.
If that's true, then Dean Koontz is the Henry Ford of authors. He's written around 100 different books, from sci-fi and suspense to horror with a touch of satire.
I think the word prolific was actually coined for you. How do you do this? How do you crank out so many books?
I'm a fuss budget too, and so when I write a novel, I don't move from page 1 to page 2 till I've written 20 or 30 drafts. I have to polish it till I think it can't be any better. Then I can move on. This comes out of a very deep self-doubt, and that comes out of my childhood.
We'll get to his childhood in a minute, but right now Koontz is mourning a loss. He's just released St. Odd, the 8th and final installment in his series about his everyday hero, Odd Thomas, a fry cook who sees dead people. The books have sold 20 million copies.
You tweeted as you were writing it, you said, "Writing the last Odd Thomas is like turning my back on an old friend who never did me harm. I feel like swine." So this was tough for you.
Yeah, but I often feel like swine. You know, it's just, it's my nature. He came to me in the most amazing way. I was working on another book, and into my head came the line, "My name is Odd Thomas, I lead an unusual life."
Dean Koontz has also led an unusual life. He grew up poor in Pennsylvania. He calls his mother Florence a saint, his father a sinner who once tried to stab him.
My dad had 44 jobs in 34 years. He was a violent alcoholic.
I don't want to turn this into therapy, but your own father tried to kill you. Mm-hmm. What does that do to you?
I ended up putting it in a novel. We're merciless, us writers. You know, we use everything.
Do you have happy memories of him, or is it all negative?
You know, it's a terrible thing to say about your own father. I have no happy memories. I literally cannot think of one.
Was that childhood something to overcome, or did that become a motivation to be who you are today?
Ben, it's both. I have said sometimes that I would not have had my career if not for my father, because that's where all the creativity comes from. When I write about sociopaths, I'm writing from the trenches.
Those experiences have helped Koontz sell 450 million copies of his books. 14 were #1 bestsellers, making him one of the richest authors alive.
Well, you do have your slice of paradise here.
It is a big slice.
It's the kind of success that can buy you a really nice house, and Koontz has one high above California's Newport coast.
Well, this is not bad for a kid who grew up with no indoor plumbing.
That's exactly right.
Come a long way.
He shares this with his wife of 48 years, Gerda. They first met at a neighborhood birthday party in 1949. They now have a home theater bigger than the homes they grew up in. They named it after the movie house in their Pennsylvania town. The doors that lead outside to the real world, a reminder of the fantasy that is now their reality.
We both grew up so poor, and we wanted to create a place that was perfect for us, and I think we didn't know where to stop. So we just kept going.
Kind of like his writing, which he does for about 10 hours each day, Koontz still uses this 2-decade-old computer.
And your name is very big on the books.
And he's aware that the size of his name on his books is now much larger than the book's title. But Koontz doesn't consider himself a celebrity author. He's just the guy who lives down the street who knows how to tell a story.
Writing talent is a gift. It's nothing I ever earned. The only thing I can earn is the craftsmanship with which I do it. But I can't take pride in the fact that I can do it, because that's something I was born with.
For CBS This Morning, Ben Tracy, Newport Coast, California.
Got his trusty old computer.
Yeah, but I got chills when he said that he doesn't have one happy memory of his dad.
Yeah.
But it shows how he's turned that into something. I'm so glad. I wanted to know, is he married? Is he married? He's married and been married a long time. Yeah, that made me feel better.
It says something in previous segment and this segment say something about the interior of people's lives.
Yeah.